Hello, listeners, and welcome again to another episode of this podcast. I have noticed that due to the ways of life that have been brought about by the coming of this COVID-19 diseases, I have discovered that this is the right way of living in our modern world, this civilized world. See that where people live together in these places, people of different calibers and different psychological abilities and see that qualities and people of different backgrounds. See that. So I looked around and discovered that this is the best way of living. Even if the coronavirus went away, this world, mankind should not let go the ways we are living now. Masks and sanitizing and staying out, social distancing. We shouldn't leave this way of living because it is the best way of the lifestyles of the 21st century. It keeps and it helps keep away social diseases like the COVID-19 and the rest of them, the SARS and the MERS and the others that have not been discovered or disclosed by the doctors in their laboratories. This one we are living is the best way of living the 21st century life. Whenever you walk around, everyone should wear a mask, everyone should wear gloves in the hands, and if possible, cover the rest of the body, find a way of covering the rest of the bodies so that what happens in Wuhan, China, and what happens in Italy, and what happens in Spain, the US, all over the world cannot be repeated again. See that even if one person or two people fell sick and then they went for treatment, they were scanned in the laboratories tests, but it should not happen the way it happened. By the time we discover and disclose that this and this is happening about us, there's something, some new organism, some new bacteria floating around in the air, we should be what? It could happen to us the way it happened in Wuhan last time. So I think that we shouldn't let this kind of life, this kind of costume, the way we dress and the way we move around, the protection that we wear against the COVID-19 diseases should not be let to go even after we will have found ways of dealing with the virus in the future. It is the best way of life and it protects and it is good generally. Even if you manage to handle the COVID-19 the way we manage to handle the smallpox disease, but we shouldn't stop dressing the way we dress. A mask in the face and probably something to cover every opening of the body, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears, and every little opening on the body, down the entire body. We should look for ways of covering them. Then we should look for ways of protecting ourselves and the people around us from sharing and passing bacteria and viruses and that kind of thing, passing body fluids, infecting each other around like that. We need to find for a way of making sure that this doesn't happen, and the most hygienic way of living and dressing is this one we have now. A mask over your face. Google something better to cover your eyes and every opening on your body, and gloves on your hands, and airtight suit dressing so that airborne stuff cannot get into contact with what? With their bodies, etc., etc., etc. I looked around at my people and I really liked it. It is good. It is good. See that? This thing is good, people. And let us stick to it even after the COVID-19 will have gone. This thing is good, people. Let us have it the way it is. It is the new way of living, of staying healthy, the new way of being hygienic in the 21st century. And then the rest can follow. That's all I had today about this. Thank you for listening, and goodbye till we meet again in another episode. Goodbye.